A real gypsy caravan. Don't see many of those nowadays.
Yes, very quaint. One feels so sorry for the child, though. Such a grubby little thing.
Mum, she put her tongue out that way.
Take no notice of her, Prudence. She doesn't know any better.
I wonder where they're going.
Catching up with the other lot, I should think. They're camping in the Admiral's orchard.
Doesn't he mind?
He always lets them stay there. Pretty strange man, the Admiral.
Oh, here's the wagon. I was beginning to get worried.
I wonder how she manages it all at her age.
I reckon she'd be 100 if she's a day.
Lives in a world that's dead and gone, that one. And bringing up the child the same way.
Just as well as someone to bring up the child. We couldn't manage another.
Well, I'm sure we couldn't, what with the twins. And Boyo.
Makes you wonder how long she can keep going at that age.
Yeah.
Nice here, Gran.
Yes, Kizzy. It's nice here. Peaceful. Like things used to be in the old days. A good place, this is. Hold still or I'll lam you. Do you want people to think you're dirty?
Gran, look.
That's Admiral Twist. He's up at the big house. This is his land.
Will he turn us off?
Oh, no. No, he's a real gentleman. Very good to our people. Don't suppose you remember when we was last here? Only a babe you were then. I've been coming here on and off as long as I can remember. Good day, sir.
Good day, Mrs. Lovell.
Shush, dear.
Loomis said you'd be along. I'm glad you arrived safely.
Thanks be to God. 'Tis no joy to travel the roads these days.
Is that the same little girl?
Yes, sir. Kizzy. She's grown, hasn't she?
How time passes. Well, I hope you'll all have a very happy Christmas here.
Thank you, sir.
Up, Topper. Walk, boy.
Same to you.
Gran,
What is it?
did you see? He took his hat off to you.
He's a gentleman. Like I told you. Told you.
You all right?
Yes, love. It's just my old chest playing up again. It's always worse in winter.
Admiral, sir.
Enemy approaching on the starboard bow, Peters.
Oh.
Stand by to repel boarders.
Aye, aye, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Peters.
Morning, Mrs. Cuthbert.
May we come in for just a moment? This is Mrs. Blunt, the new teacher at the school. Her husband is a social worker, you know.
How do you do?
How do you do? We don't want to trouble the Admiral.
No. We just want a brief word with him.
The Admiral don't receive no visitors.
Oh.
You see, Mildred? Just as I told you. Even if the Admiral wishes to behave like a hermit, I think we are entitled to lay a complaint. We're worried about those gypsies.
Well, we don't wish them any harm, of course.
Well, certainly not. In fact, I have no objection at all, personally. It's just that people in the village do feel... Well, you know what I mean.
No, ma'am, I don't.
Oh, well, it's just that... Well, they're not very hygienic by our standards.
And it is most inconvenient to have to lock one's door, even if one leaves the house for 5 minutes, for fear of,
Pilfering.
or even worse.
I'm surprised to hear that, ma'am. They've never given us any trouble. Very quiet and respectable, if I may say so.
Quiet.
Respectable.
And I'm quite sure the Admiral will not send them away. I'll tell him you called. Morning, Mrs. Cuthbert. Mrs. Blunt.
Good work, Peters. Some nice broadsides there, smack on target. Oh, and speaking of gypsies, we must send them down a couple of chickens for Christmas. Put a few oranges in for the girl. Oh, and a bag of oats for the horse. Well, you know the sort of thing.
Aye, sir.
How's he shaping, Matt?
Pretty well, sir. He'll be ready for the training stables come the spring.
Yes. I'll be sorry to see him go. Good boy.
Pretty, isn't it? It's super. Lovely. I suppose so. Same thing every year. Why doesn't he put a new tape in?
You don't have new carols for Christmas. You have old ones.
All right, I suppose. The kids. Oh, come on.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Yes, you were.
Listening to the little people.
You won't find any in there. Hey!
tell you, Fortune's sweetheart.
No.
Oh, you've had a hard life, haven't you, love? Oh, but there's better times coming. I can see it here. Let's come inside, shall we? Won't take a moment.
So there I stood in my bathing costume. It was all red. And this policeman was walking down the front, and so was I. You were there, what do you think you were? Oh, incredible.
No.
You didn't do any help.
Hey, you remember that time when we fell down?
You were no help at all.
Yes, he was. It was bloomers down to here and here, honestly. It was a fall.
Made lots of money that
time.
time.
You all right?
They're talking of moving on, Kizzy.
When? Soon? Which way are we going?
I got something to tell you, love. I'm not moving on anymore.
Not moving on?
I'm getting too old. I've got to face it sooner or later. And it might as well be now, because this is a nice place. I want to stay here for the rest of my days.
Alone?
I'll be all right. They'll come back to see me from time to time. You'll have to go with them.
No.
I'll have a word with them Smiths. No use asking the Does. They've got 3 kids already. Besides, they're talking of going in brick. It's true, love. They're hoping to get a house and settle down so as the kids can go to school regular and that sort of thing.
But I don't want...
The Smiths will keep going yet a while because they've only got the baby to look after, so maybe...
I don't want to go with them. If you're staying, so am I.
Bless you, love, but...
Someone's got to look after you.
No. It's you that's got to be looked after.
I'm not going. I'm staying here with you and Joe forever.
There's no such thing as forever, child.
I'm not going, so there.
Come on, boyo, get your move on.
Are you sure you'll be all right, Gran?
Of course I will. You've got your work to do.
Yeah.
Come on, Ma. Hi, Kizzy. See you, Gran.
They've gone. It's all ours.
Oh, Kizzy, you've made me dizzy.
Kizzy, dizzy, dizzy, Kizzy. Now it's just you and me and Joe. The Admiral's out in the paddock, watching his horses.
I've spoken to him. He says we're welcome to stay here as long as we like.
I'm glad.
Real happy here, aren't you? It won't be easy looking after ourselves.
I can make bunches, can't I? To sell them in the village.
Yes, love, of course. No harm in that. But don't you give offence to no one. We don't want any trouble. You behave proper. Remember, you're a real Romany, not just any riff-raff on the road.
I know that. I'm a Lovell like you.
That's it, child. You be proud of it. Always.
Bless you, sweetheart. Please, would you like to buy...
What are you doing here? I thought all you gypsies had gone.
Please, they'll bring you luck.
That is silly superstition, child. Come inside. Have the others left you behind? Answer me.
I'm staying here with my gran. My great-great-great-gran.
Staying? In the Admiral's orchard?
That's right, Mum. In that dirty old caravan. We saw it this morning. It's a wagon.
What?
A wagon, not a caravan. And it's not dirty, 'cause we keep it clean.
All right, all right. How long are you going to stay there? Well?
Forever.
You mean permanently? Well, in that case, you must go to school.
Don't go to school.
Huh. Hush, darling. How old are you?
I'm as old as I am.
Well, there's no need to be rude.
'Tisn't rude. It's what my gran says. My gran says people that ask questions that are rude. Let me go.
Well, it's high time that child were taught manners. If nothing else, for her own good.
Hello, Edna.
Hello, Olivia. Is Mr. Blunt in?
Yes, do come in.
I'd just like to speak to him for a moment. Oh, hello, Mildred. Hello. Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Blunt. Mildred tells me you're hoping to move into your new house next month.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, that will be a relief, won't it?
We've been very happy here. It was kind of Olivia to put us up.
Well, of course it is. In such a little cottage. However, what I came about is the gypsies.
They've gone, haven't they?
Not all of them. The old woman is still there, with a child.
Oh, yes, I've seen the child. Such a little mite.
Not that little. She ought to be at school.
Ah.
I suppose we have to interfere. I mean, if they want to live their own lives...
Olivia, we cannot leave a helpless child to be brought up like an animal.
Oh, I'm sure the gypsies have taught her, in their own way.
They certainly have.
No, of course, you're quite right. I must put in a report. What's my job?
Oh, good. That is a weight off my mind. I'm sure in the long run the child will be so much happier.
Gran, two gentlemen coming.
Good morning, Mrs.
Lovell is the name.
Mrs. Lovell. Lovely warm fire you have.
What do you want?
I'm from the Social Services Department.
Oh?
And this gentleman is a schools inspector.
I've already come to my notice, Mrs. Lovell, that your granddaughter should be attending school.
No.
Sorry.
No. No.
So, that's the position, Mrs. Lovell. I'm afraid we have to insist.
I see.
A lady in the village, Mrs. Cuthbert, sends these for you.
What is it?
some clothes for the little girl to wear. Mrs. Cuthbert's Prudence is about the same age, so they should fit near enough.
Very kind, I'm sure. But our children don't wear other people's clothes. Thank you very much.
I realize that, Mrs. Lovell, but, well, these might be more suitable, perhaps. For school, I mean. Like the other children were.
It's no use taking on like this. You've got to go if they say so. They could send me to prison if you don't. Or take you away from me, put you in care, as they call it. Here, you have a sip, love.
I'll go and get Joe's supper.
It won't be that bad. You'll meet other children. Maybe they're right. Maybe you ought to learn their ways. I told you the doors are going in brick. Soon, they'll all do it, and the old ways will be gone forever. Yes, love, you'd better do as they say.
Are you Kizzy Lovell? Welcome to the school, Kizzy. I'm sure you'll make a lot of friends here. Oh, there's the bell for classes. Come with me. You hang your coat here, Kizzy. It'll have your name on it tomorrow. Now, this is your class. That's Prudence Cuthbert. We call her Prude. And this is Mary. They'll look after you. Now, wait there a moment, children. I shan't be long.
Diddy-coy. Diddy-coy, tinker, tinker-tee, tinker. Gypsy, gypsy, joker. Gypsy, joker, get the red hot poker. Rags and tags, clothes pegs.
Stop that at once. No, I will not have it. Go on in. You sit here, Kizzy. You'll find everything you need. We'll want our arithmetic books this morning. That one, dear. And that's your book for writing in. You haven't had many lessons, have you? Well, never mind. You can just sit and listen for today. We'll have a talk later on and find out what you can do. I'm sure you'll soon catch up. I take it Kizzy is short for something. What's your real name, dear?
Kizzy.
Yeah. Right. Children, now listen to me. If I find any of you, anyone, teasing Kizzy Lovell or bullying her, I shall be very angry. Now, is that clear?
Yes, Mrs. Blunt.
I want you all to promise. Mary Jo, do you promise?
Yes, Mrs. Blunt.
Prue Cuthbert,
Yes, Mrs. Blunt.
all of you.
Yes, Mrs. Blunt.
That's better. I know I can trust all of you to keep your word.
Do you like her red jumper? Smashing hamper skirt. I got too big for them. That's why I don't need them anymore. I don't mind you wearing my clothes. I might give you these next year, when they've got holes in them. Don't want your clothes. Hark at her ladyship. Does your mother wash? Of course her mother washes. She's a washerwoman. She's a washerwoman. She's a washerwoman. Oh no, her mother doesn't wash. She's a dirty Gertie. She's a dirty Gertie. She's a dirty Gertie. Haven't got a mother or father. They're both dead. So there.
Kizzy, love, I have missed you all day. How did you get on? Kizzy, love. Kizzy! 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 You wicked girl! Wicked, do you hear me?
You can land me. I don't care. I won't wear them. I won't.
You've got to go to school. You won't have a coat.
Oh, I was very firm with them. As soon as I caught them taunting Kizzy, I told them they must never do it again. I made them promise.
But Mildred, if you tell people not to do something, don't you think it often makes them want to do it even more?
These are children.
Children are people.
Oh, really? What would you have done?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps I'd try and make them interested in Kizzy. Make her seem romantic. After all, there is something very romantic about gypsies.
Travellers, we call them now.
I like the old name better. Couldn't you tell them stories about gypsies? Make them sound adventurous.
I think I know how to handle my own class.
Yes, I'm sure you do. Perhaps they'll forget about her being different very soon. The more she looks like the rest of them, the better.
your coat?
Don't need a coat.
You were wearing one yesterday.
It's gone.
Gone? Right, everybody, in now, please. Come on. Today is Elizabeth Oliver's 9th birthday. Stand up, everyone else. 1, 2.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Elizabeth. Happy birthday to you.
Very nice, children. Sit down. Oh, Kizzy, you must tell me your birthday so I can mark it on the calendar. Kizzy, your birthday?
Don't have a birthday.
Take out your reading books, everyone.
Ready? 9 bumps. 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and stew. You look like a monkey, and you live in the zoo.
What about her? She's got no birthday.
Get up! I know what we'll do. We'll give her a birthday every day to make sure we don't miss the right one.
I'm not going to hold her smelly boots.
Let's pull her hair instead. Once for every year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Leave off! Leave her alone!
Oh, Clem, leave off!
Don't you take no notice of them. They're all stupid anyway. Are you sure he lives in a caravan like you do?
It's a wagon, not a caravan.
A wagon then? That's even better. That's a pretty name too.
What is?
What they sing in that song, Didakoi.
I'm not a didakoi. Don't you know what didakoi are?
No.
Tinkers, riffraff, dirty, messy.
Oh.
People who give gypsies a bad name. I'm a rom, a real rom, and don't you never forget it.
All right, I won't, I promise.
And so is my gran.
Is she really 100 years old?
Dunno. But she's the best person in the world. She gave me these.
Oh, they're smashing. Now the kids in school's got earrings.
They're real gold, and Gran's are even better. She wears gold sovereigns.
I never seen sovereigns. I reckon you're lucky to be a real rom.
Here you are, Gran. You'll like this.
Oh, thank you, lovey. I'll be all right tomorrow. I'll be on my feet again.
You rest as much as you like. I can look after you and Joe.
Kizzy, about your school.
I hate it.
Yes, but...
Especially those girls. There's a boy, Clem. He's nice. but he's bigger than me. He's in class 3.
Try and stick it out, lovey. I've been thinking maybe it's a good thing you were being taught.
You never were.
No, but things is different now from what there was in my day. Sooner or later, you'll be... Well, anyhow, you got to count the days ahead.
Don't want things to be different, ever. Except school. I am... Meg.
Good.
I am a...
Kizzy, please wipe some of that mud off your boots before you come in.
No wonder her boots are dirty, living in an orchard. It's the Admiral's fault. He lets them stay there. Admiral Twist is round the twist. Everyone knows that. Isn't. He is. He isn't.
What do you think, Peters?
Oh, very fine, sir, if I may say so.
Thank you, Peters. I wonder, do you think that child might like it?
Child, sir?
The little gypsy girl. I shouldn't think she's got many toys. It might please her.
Hardly a toy, sir.
I can always make another one. I'll have a chat with her grandmother, see what she thinks. Good morning, Mrs. Lovell. I wondered if I could have a word with you. It occurred to me that, Mrs. Lovell? Mrs. Lovell?
Falling down, London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Build it up with mud and clay, mud and clay, mud and clay.
Come in.
Begging your pardon, Mrs. Blunt. I've just spoken to the headmaster. He told me to see you.
Look at the next song, children. See if you can remember the tune. Kizzy, dear, you're to go with Mr. Peters.
Come on, love.
You must be especially kind to Kizzy when you see her again. How Granny died this morning.
Should we let her, sir? I mean, shouldn't we?
No, leave her a little while.
Aye, sir. But, sir, what was the old lady doing sitting out here? It's turned pretty cold again.
Gypsy custom, I believe. Gypsy doesn't like to die in his wagon. That's why she came outside. She must have known, you see. Have you found out where her people are?
I told the constable. He's got a note about the other gypsies. Seems they're not very far away. He's passing on a message to him.
Good, good.
To please God to take our dear Gran to himself, earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, And let us hope that one day we shall all be together where God pleases to bring us. She had a good innings. I think she was tired. I think she was ready to go.
Lord, thou hast been our refuge from one generation to another. Before the mountains were brought forth, or ever the earth and the world were made, thou art God from everlasting, and world without end. Thou turnest man to destruction. Again thou sayest, come again, ye children of men. 1,000 years in thy sight are but as yesterday, seeing that it is cast as a watch in the night. As soon as thou scatterest them, they are even as a sleep, fade away suddenly like the grass. In the morning it is green and groweth up, but in the evening it is cut down, dried up, and withered. For we consume away in thy displeasure, and are afraid at thy wrathful indignation. Thou hast set our misdeeds before thee, and our secret sins in the light of thy countenance.
Yeah, it's real Crown Derby. Beautiful, isn't it?
Lovely.
Are you going to smash it?
Us don't have to smash it, love, or burn these either.
It's been willed. Things that's been willed don't have to be smashed.
Willed to who?
Us, of course.
You?
It was all talked out long ago. Everything was decided proper. What goes to whom?
The way your gran willed.
But I'll need things.
You?
They'll all be yours one day, love.
What about now? What happens to me now?
Well, that hasn't been settled yet. We're going to talk about it tonight.
You'll be all right, love. You've nothing to worry about. You won't need these.
But it's my home.
Well, what shall we do with Kizzy?
One of us has got to take her, of course. I'm sorry we can't have her.
What makes you think we can?
It's easy enough for you. You're going in brick. You'll have plenty of room in the house.
Oh, it's not just a question of room. Kizzy, let Boyo sit in that box. He's got a cold coming on. He mustn't sit on the ground. No, it's all the things kids need these days. School blazers, towels, pyjamas, money for this, money for that. We just can't afford it.
I don't say we can manage another one. Uncle Jess, and a baby, only one small trailer.
Shouldn't be no argument. Children of our folks stay with us.
There ain't no argument. Not about that.
Well, if you want my opinion...
Oh, shut your mouth.
Loomis, you gonna let your woman talk to me like that? These ain't what they used to be.
Kizzy, do you want to live in a house, love, and go to school?
No, I don't.
Oh, so you want to share a tent with your Uncle Jess, do you?
Here.
No, I don't. I want to stay here.
Here? You can't stay here all alone.
Won't be alone, I'll have Joe. I want to stay in my own wagon. It's mine now.
Kizzy, you can't stay in that wagon. That's for sure. No one can ever again. Your gran told us her wishes long ago. She wants things done like they always was done in the old days. You gotta do what the dead want. Haven't you?
It's getting late. Time to get on with it.
Get it over with.
Admiral, sir, there's a fire.
In the orchard, I know. They're burning the wagon. It's the old custom.
Your granny wanted it, Kizzy, and we promised. That's why we've got to do it.
Come on, it's time you went to bed. Come on. I'll put your blankets in Boyle's tent. You can sleep there tonight.
What about tomorrow?
We'll see what's to be done.
What'll happen to Joe?
What's she on about now?
What'll happen to Joe?
Oh, don't you worry about him. We'll find him a home.
That's right, a nice home.
He won't be worked too hard, will he?
No. He'll get plenty of rest where he's going.
I know what they'd do with your horse.
What?
They're sending to the knackers.
What's the knackers?
You know, for horse meat. He'll be fed to the hounds. Those dogs will tear him up and eat him bit by bit.
Oh! Oh!
What is it?
She hit me round with my hooter.
That's all I need from you.
Ow!
Oh!
What's going on here?
Expect us to take that one. She's nothing but a little savage, that's what she is.
All right, now. We'll sort her out in the morning. Inside.
I'll settle with you, miss, tomorrow.
We don't need any of them, Joe. Come on.
Very good breakfast, thank you, Peters. Back to winter again.
I brought you some fresh coffee.
I'll have it in the library. It's warmer in there.
Oh, yes, sir. Admiral, sir.
Yeah?
That little girl is here.
Really? What did you say?
The little gypsy girl from the orchard, sir. I found her early this morning outside the front door.
Outside?
Fast asleep in the snow, like a frozen bird.
Great Scott.
Yes, sir. She'd brought her old horse with her, too.
Pour me a cup of coffee, Peters.
Yes, sir.
But, how long had she been there?
Could have been half the night. I suppose she didn't dare to knock or ring.
Oh, why didn't you call me at once?
Well, you hadn't had your breakfast, Admiral, sir.
Yeah. Well, what have you done with her?
I put her by the fire in the kitchen, wrapped up in your old dressing gown. Gave her some hot milk to drink. Real glad she was of it. Didn't say anything, but she looked at me with those big eyes of hers.
Yes, quite. She's had a bad time, you know, seen her home go up in flames.
Where's Joe, she says, meaning the horse. Is he all right? So, I told her Nat's taking care of him.
But, why is she coming here?
Ah, well, she keeps asking, please, can I see Sir Admiral? That's what she called you, sir, Sir Admiral.
Me? Oh, confound it. Oh, very well, bring her in here.
Yes, sir. this way.
Sir Admiral,
Thank you, Peters. Now then, what is it you want? Yeah. And then, suppose you tell me what it's all about.
please, Sir Admiral, don't let them take Joe.
Don't let who take him?
They've come back, you see.
Oh, your people, yes, I know. I sent for them. Did I do wrong?
Oh, no, they had to come for Gran. But now there's Joe. Gran had him for 25 years. She said so. And they'll send him to the knackers.
Oh, no.
And Boyo says they'll feed him to the hounds.
Boyo?
He was laughing about it. And his ma lammed me.
What did you do?
Hit him and bit him.
Did you now? I can't say I blame you, but why have you come to me?
You got horses. You love them. Joe's old, I know, not like yours. But he's Joe. Please don't let me kill
Oh,
him.
certainly not. No, that's no way to treat a fine old horse. He shall go into my meadow. He can stay there for the rest of his days. Now, how about that?
Oh, sir.
Well, that's settled then. I'll have a word with Nat.
Yes? What is it? Is she here? Oh, the girl. Did she come here?
That's Loomis.
He must have guessed where you are.
You wait here. I'll tell the Admiral.
All right, Peters. Morning, Loomis.
It's that girl, sir. Little varmint. She sneaked off last night.
Yes, I know. She came here.
I thought as much. Well, I've come to take her back. We're moving on.
Yes, of course. There's just one little problem about the horse.
Yeah? Where is it?
In my meadow. Kizzy's given him to me.
Given him?
Yes.
She's no right.
Oh, yes, she has. Her horse.
Hers?
Yes.
Kids don't own horses.
Oh, this one does. Belonged to Mrs. Lovell, so it goes to a next of kin. That's the child, Loomis, not you.
Oh, I can't afford to lose a horse like that. I mean, what about my expenses? Paying for the funeral and all.
Mrs. Lovell paid for her own funeral. I should know. She left the money with me, and I gave it to Jess Smith.
Well, it costs something to get here. So, price of petrol being what it is, and...
Not nearly so much as you got from the knackers, however. I want to be fair. I'll give you £25 to help you look after Kizzy and leave the horse alone.
Make it 30.
25.
You, would like to trade with that roan colt of yours, would you?
No, I wouldn't. Wait here, I'll bring the girl.
Right, Peters.
Aye, sir.
Get her a few things to take with her, Peters. Food, perhaps. Anything you can think of.
Yes, sir. Seems a shame in a way. She's got to go with him.
Yes. Well, that's how it is.
Yes, sir.
Well, you needn't worry any more about Joe.
It's true then, they've really gone. They burned the wagon. Joe Barton saw it from his farm over there. Shame, really. What about her? You mean Kizzy?
Do you think she was in it?
In what?
The wagon. Do you think they burnt her as well?
Of course not, stupid. She's gone with the rest of them.
Such a pity Kizzy's gone. She was learning to read quite fast. I was giving her extra lessons, you know.
Yes, I know. It was very good of you.
You wouldn't think it. She was really quite intelligent.
I can well believe it.
Here today, not tomorrow. Always the same with those kids.
The cost of moving into a new house is ridiculous.
You heard the rumour? They say someone's ill up at Amberhouse House.
Oh?
Yeah, Mr. Peters has been going to the chemist for medicines.
I am sorry. I hope it isn't the Admiral.
Clem, did you hear about Nat? You know, the stableman.
No? What?
He's been buying boys' pyjamas.
What?
Honest?
What do you want boys' pyjamas for?
Perhaps the Admiral wears them. It's her, Mum, it's her.
Who's her? What are you talking about?
Kizzy, she's the one who's ill.
Gypsy girl?
The doctor said she should go to hospital.
Oh, no, not Kizzy. She'd hate it. All that stainless steel and rules.
Exactly. And the Admiral said she could stay at Amherst.
Oh, that is good of him.
Yeah, but the doctor said she should have a nurse.
The Admiral said she couldn't have a nurse.
Slowly, dear. Say it slowly.
And the Admiral said...
And take that thing out of your mouth. Now, why couldn't Kizzy have a nurse?
Because a nurse is a woman and the Admiral won't have women in the house.
Oh, I see. Have they sent her to hospital?
No, she's still there. They're looking after her.
They? Oh, really, Prudence. You shouldn't listen to such silly stories. 3 men nursing a little girl? That's quite impossible.
Beef tea ready, sir. Well done, Ned. Carry on.
Dear, oh dear, she's perspiring such a lot.
She wet right through.
Yeah,
I've got a nice clean one
dry
here.
one.
Here.
Better.
That's it.
Good girl.
Yeah, you.
Thank you.
Do the other arm.
Your little arm, love. Better. Easy.
There you go.
There we go. That's the girl.
There now.
That's the good girl. Now, lie back. Button her up. There you are. That's fine. All ship, sir.
Good. You two can turn in. I'll take the night watch.
Aye, aye, sir.
Good night, sir.
Good night, Ned. Night, Peters.
Welcome to the school, Kizzy. I'm sure I'll make a lot of friends here. Friends here. Friends.
Diddy Coy, Tinker, Gypsy, Gypsy Joker. She's a dirty girl. She's a dirty girl. Don't pull my hair. Not again.
Quiet, my dear. You're all right.
I know what they're doing, yours. Don't let them take him. Don't let them take Joe!
No, never. I promise you. Good girl. Go to sleep. Oh. Morning already?
Yes, sir.
She's very still. She's not even breathing.
It's all right, sir. She sweated it out. Just like Brighton Breeze did last winter. She's over it now.
Morning, Sir Admiral.
3 old men can't possibly look after a child. But I couldn't believe it at first.
I met Dr. Harwell this morning. He says they've done remarkably well. With a little rest and care, she'll be as right as rain.
Oh, hello, Edna. Sorry we're in such a state. We're moving today.
Oh, how nice for you. I am glad.
I'll get the curtains, shall I?
Please.
I was just saying, that little mite up at Amberhurst, well, she can't stay there, can she?
No, the department is considering what to do. It may have to go to the juvenile court.
Oh, well, I'm sure Olivia will work out what's best.
Olivia? What's it to do with Olivia?
Well, haven't you heard? Olivia's been made a magistrate.
Olivia, a magistrate?
Yes, isn't it wonderful?
Oh, yes, I'm very pleased. Very pleased. But why? I mean, why should they choose her? I mean, we know nothing about her, really.
Well, except that she is Olivia.
Well, I'm sure that you will see that something is done.
Perhaps when Kizzy's well. Dr. Harwell says she couldn't be happier than where she is now.
She's getting stronger every day, sir.
No doubt about that. It's nearly 11.
Oh, right, sir.
Oh, keep still, can't you? You're like a mad cat.
Don't like being washed.
You'll do as you're told.
Oh, no!
All right, that'll do for now. Nearly ready, sir. All right, get your pajamas on.
Don't like the jump.
Thank you, Peters. You ready, my dear? Oh, come along, Ned.
Here he is.
There you are, my dear. Safe and well as ever. There. Rainbird was my favourite hunter. Best of all classes at Richmond.
He must have been a lovely horse. Better than Joe, I suppose.
Better than Joe? Did I ever tell you the story of how Joe won the Horse of the Year show when he was young?
Joe? Won the... He didn't really, did he?
But he might have done.
Tell me about it, please.
Well, you come in.
We have a visitor, sir.
The doctor.
No, sir, a lady.
What? Peters, you know very well.
It's the little girl's teacher, sir.
Oh. Mrs.
Blunt.
Mrs. Blunt, yes.
Very kind of you to ask me in.
Yes. I expect you are concerned about Kizzy.
How is she?
She's over the sickness, but she's still underweight. We're giving her food to build her up.
Underweight?
She must have lived on bread and tea when Mrs. Lovell got too ill to cook.
Well, she wouldn't eat the school dinners, you know.
Oh? Why not?
Well, I think some of the other children told her that hers weren't paid for, and well, after that she wouldn't eat them anymore. Children can be so cruel. I should have done what Miss Brooks suggested.
Miss Brooke? Ah, yes, the lady who's just been made a magistrate.
Yes, that's right. Well, she said I should have made the other children interested in Kizzy, made her seem romantic.
Sounds good sense.
Oh, Olivia is very sensible.
Well, now, about Kizzy, I suppose you'd like to see her.
Oh, yes, please, if I may.
Now, Kizzy, you know Mrs. Blunt?
Kizzy, please come out. I brought something for you. It's something she should have had long ago.
Kizzy, sit up. We don't behave like this in Amberhurst. Give your hand to your teacher and say, how do you do? That's an order.
It's a warm coat for you, Kizzy. It's brand new. No one has ever worn it before. Want to have a look at it?
Look at it. Did you buy that with your own money? You shouldn't have done that. You need all your money when you're moving to a new home.
You know about that?
I keep myself informed. Say thank you, Kizzy.
Thank you.
And you'll wear it when you come to school, won't you? Yes, well, I hope you'll be better very soon.
This Miss Brooke, she's taken Fenner's old cottage to the end of the village.
Yes, we've been staying there. You really should meet her, Admiral. I'm sure you'd like her.
Yes, thank you for calling, Mrs. Blunt. I'm sure Kizzy will be very pleased with the coat.
I do hope so.
Yeah.
Good morning, Admiral.
Now, you can stop that nonsense right away.
I'm
Oh, no, you're not. You're well enough to get up now. The doctor says so. And you'll soon be well enough to go to school.
Sir, there is a problem.
Hey?
Her clothes, sir. I burned them, if you remember.
You what?
I've forgotten that.
She's got nothing to wear.
Perfectly simple operation. Nothing to make a fuss about. Just go to any little girl's shop and get her whatever she needs. Dresses and jerseys and whatever they wear underneath. All I want's a couple of volunteers. All right, then, one volunteer. Peters.
Admiral, sir?
Remember that convoy to Murmansk?
Yes, sir.
Remember when I called for volunteers?
Yes, sir.
You stayed on the ship yourself, sir, after the torpedo hit us.
Did I?
Yes, sir. You said you wouldn't ask any man to do anything you wouldn't do yourself.
Oh, yes, but this is different.
Yes, sir. Certainly is.
Ask Mr. Blount to do it, sir.
The teacher? No, Kizzy won't take anything from her, more's the pity.
You could go to London, sir.
Me?
Go to them big stores. They got everything.
Peters? Nat? Please remember that I'm in charge here.
So I said I'd meet him. Did he turn up then? No. But he sent that nice one with his ginger ale. Oh, I know him. Ow. Oh, I'll tell you later. No, tell me now. No, I can't. You know. You can tell us. How do you know him? Oh, I saw him down the road.
Excuse me. I wonder if one of you young ladies would be so kind as to give me some advice about ladies' underwear. Well...
You could ask Mrs. Cuthbert to help.
And have it all over the village. Hey, wait a minute. There's one woman round here who doesn't talk.
Admiral Twiss. Were you knocking? I'm so sorry. I was in the garden. Did you want something?
Miss Brooke, I believe. I did wonder whether you could possibly help me in this matter.
About the little girl?
Yes, Kizzy. She's getting better and she needs...
Clothing and so on?
Exactly. I don't like to ask, but...
Perhaps you'd like someone to help choose them.
I'd be extremely grateful if you would.
Do come in.
You'll need 2 of everything, or perhaps 3.
3? That all? Order my shirts and doesn't.
Yes, I know, but Kizzy's only a child. She'll grow out of them. All you need is 1 on, 1 off, and 1 in the wash.
I say, that's a clever idea. Will you get her everything?
Pajamas, vests, pants, tights, jumpers. I better get these things in London to save any talk in the village, don't you think?
Oh, Miss Brooke, I can't tell you how glad I am I came here. This makes everything easy. I can carry on looking after Kizzy as long as she needs me.